We are coming off a solid win against the St. Louis Sound, and today we're going to take on Holland's former team, the 29-32 Golden State Warriors. They still have Steph, they've still got Kuminga, they have Wiggins still, and they're a decent roster, but they haven't been a good team this year, and we have to take them down to keep ourselves in the running for first place in the Western Conference. But Andrew Wiggins gets the game started with an and-one opportunity. And his free throw is up, and it's good. Golden State's solid start. Wiggins, another nice shot going for him. The first 5 for Golden State. Our first look comes from Hollins from deep against his former team, obviously. Then in the paint, he's blocked by Wallace Nance. Gets back to it, hands off to Payne. He stuffs it home, and the foul too. Can he cap off this play, though? Free throw, up, and good. Then Anderson spotting up for 3. Got it. The assist goes to Franz Wagner. Kuminga stepping back and answering in response to Anderson's 3. Very next play, Holland says, well, if you can do it, I can too. To cut the lead in half. Anderson, another one to cut the 6-point lead by Golden State in half. And then Wellington finishing through some tough contact from Westbrook to put Vancouver in front by 1. Anderson, phenomenal Euro step layup here. And we would win the first quarter 27-24. And we lead by 3 through 1. To the second we go, and Franz Wagner gets us started from downtown to put us up by 6. Then the same spot, 2 in a row for him. Vancouver up by 9. Wiggins fading away, knocking that one down. He had a really strong first half. Payne, and 1 with that bucket right there after a couple of pump fakes. The foul goes against Nance. Can Payne knock it down this time? It's up, and it's off, unfortunately. Then later on, Golden State down by 1, but Wiggins makes it up by 1. And then again, tough shot over Payne and Carney. Got it to go, though. Anderson for 3. Can't knock it down. Would have tied things up. Curry with it. Up to Kuminga. He attacks the basket and scores with the foul against Hollins. 3-point play opportunity. Once again, we have seen a lot of these recently. And Kuminga hits the free throw. Franz, pick and roll to Payne. He lays that one in. Nice 1-2 punch with those two guys as Haynes gets blocked by Payne. And then second try, blocked again. Fantastic interior defense by Payne. Then stepping into a 3 in transition. Awesome. I love seeing Payne hit 3s. Is there more to come there? I hope so. Franz hits this shot to close the gap to 1. And it ends up being a score of 54-55 at the break as Zubac blocks that lob attempt. Close game. We'll see what happens here in the second half. Franz, first shot. It's good. Vancouver leads by 1. 14 points for him, 5 for 7 from the field. Anderson for 3. Got it. Vancouver in front by 2. Payne stuffs this shot attempt right back in Wiggins' face, and he also gets the board. Franz, again, had a really good shooting day in this one. Anderson stepping back, knocking down this long too. Vancouver trying to push themselves up by a couple of buckets here in the third quarter. Another shot drops for number 5. And then quickly for 3, off the mark. He was like 1 for 10 at this point in the game. Awful, awful first 3 quarters for Quickly. And we head to the fourth quarter with a lead. And Wellington adds to it to start the fourth. Then Anderson for 3, picking up where he left off in the third quarter. He knocks that down. Curry the step back in response. Got it to go. Off the glass and in. Franz can't respond, but Zubac gets the board, and he'll do it instead. 3-point play opportunity. Free throw coming up for Zubac. And he knocks it down. We go up by 10. Anderson misses this one. Payne with the emphatic putback. Under 6 to play. Another shot drops for Anderson. catching fire here in the second half. Now 9 for 22 from the field after a slow first quarter. Still only 5 for 16 from 3. But maybe he's making up for it here. Just trying to silence the crowd. Cap this game off. Another one here drops for him. A couple of deep ones in a row. And finally Hollins to Anderson for the finishing touches with that slam. Vancouver wins 115-97. Really solid win against a team that really is not that bad. Vancouver earns their 40th win of the season against the Warriors thanks to a very strong second half performance both on the offensive and defensive ends. Andrew Wiggins drops 29. He shot extremely well. Kuminga did too. Curry had 15 and 6. But the Woodsmen got 33 from Anderson on 13 for 27 shooting. Wagner had 21, 6 and 6. And Don Payne had a 20 and 14 double-double on 8 for 9 shooting and had 4 blocks too. Hollins also had a double-double. Wellington scored in double figures. And we had a really good overall day from this team. And that does mean that we have moved to first place in the Western Conference, but only for now because we do have 3 straight days off. I'm assuming that one of these 2 teams behind us might have a game or 2 in between then. So, yeah, we're probably going to not hold on to it for much longer, but we can try and earn it back this episode as well. But I guess we'll see what happens. Still a couple of days until our game against Memphis, but we're going to face the Lakers today because we don't watch them that often. We've seen, I think, one matchup against them previously. We've seen plenty from the Spurs. We've seen plenty from the Kings recently. We've watched several Nuggets games, both in those condensed ones and in showcased ones. And we just watched against the Warriors. So let's go back home and take on the Lakers after we sim a couple more games. So we have simmed 8 games. We go 5-3 in those games. And we did have a 6-game win streak in that stretch, from the Sound game all the way until the Nuggets game right here. But then we lost 3 straight games to the Kings, Timberwolves, and then again to the Kings. And 2 of those losses were by 1 score. So close games there, and the Kings took us down in both. So we'll have to keep our eye on that kind of matchup if that comes up in the playoffs, perhaps. They are currently 7th in the conference, and we are still holding on to the first place spot. The Thunder have the same record as us, but because we have the tiebreaker, I guess we are ahead of them. So same record, but we are in front. The Spurs are a game behind. Pelicans now 2 games behind, and we have already clinched a play-in spot. So we are going to have a postseason no matter what. Our first game, though, was a win at home against Memphis, where Wagner drops 29, Keldon Johnson had 20, Anderson had 17 points, Payne a double-double, Hollins as well, and a lot of guys scored here. In fact, only 1 player below 10, and that was Zubac with 8. Meanwhile, the Grizzlies got 43, 6 and 11 from Ja Morant. An absolutely insane game, but it was all for nothing. We keep the wins coming by taking down the Warriors by 18 points, very similar to this recent game that we also just watched. Keldon Johnson drops 32 and 9. Wagner had 26 and 9. Anderson only 16 points in this one. Shot half as much as both Wagner and Keldon Johnson, but both those guys shot well, so you take the win. Carney had 12. Hollins 15 assists. Payne 2 steals and 3 blocks. And by the way, he is in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. In fact, he has moved up the board, which I'll show you guys in just a second. But Steph drops 20 in this game. 17 for Kuminga. Wiggins nowhere near as good as he was in the first game. But real quick for the award races, no real big updates for the other categories, but for Defensive Player of the Year, Don Payne is now 2nd, only behind Giannis, and he's averaging more steals and more blocks than Giannis. Not sure what else they're looking at there as to why Giannis would be above Payne, but if he keeps this up, he might surpass Giannis to win it this year. And also, he has appeared at number 5 in Most Improved Player. We then take down the Denver Nuggets despite Jokic having a monster triple-double with 30, 14, and 13. 2 steals and 2 blocks. Just absurd performance, but it was not enough. And Wagner drops 28 and 7. A couple of really nice games in a row for him. Keldon Johnson 24, Carney 24 off the bench. Love seeing the rookie have games like these. Wellington shot well, but Anderson has not scored above 20 since the game that we watched. Don Payne also had a double-double, 3 steals and 4 blocks. Like, this guy has to be winning Depoy, I would have to think. Then we took down Denver again, this time by 42. Anderson drops 28, 9, and 10, a single board shy of a triple-double, the first of his career, if he would have gotten that one, but he didn't. Wellington at 24 off the bench. Carney did too, 21 for him. We had 5 players score 20 or more, and Franz had 19. Dude, that is incredible. Look how many guys got a lot of shots up. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. 6 players take 10 or more shots. And when you shoot like this, that's what you want. Spread the ball around because you get more guys involved, better chance to win. Also, Holland in this game had 18 assists. When he takes 3 shots, you know that he's going to be passing the ball a lot because he does touch it quite a bit. So that is awesome. Zubac had 3 blocks. The Nuggets had another triple-double from Jokic. 29, 10, and 10. Bolt had 14, but once again, Jokic is kind of being left behind, or he's leaving the rest of his teammates behind because they aren't helping him. Our first loss on this 3-game losing streak, though, was against the Kings by 3. We allowed a fourth-quarter comeback on the road, and they came out on top. Bay drops 24 and 7. Kuzma had 20. Keegan Murray 19. Şengün 19. The Woodsmen got 36 for Anderson, 22 for Wellington, 15 and 12 for Hollins, who has just been putting up some phenomenal passing numbers this season. Johnson had 15 and Payne had 13 boards with 2 blocks, but we lose. Then we lost to Minnesota, which is not a common thing to talk about because we usually beat them. Jaylen Brown drops 25. Julio Haywood drops 18, so does Jokic off the bench. Porzingis had 16, 10, and 5 with 4 blocks. And Ben Simmons had 15, 6, and 9. A lot of guys got involved here for the Timberwolves. And we almost came back in the fourth quarter. Outscored them by 13 points, but ended up losing by 2. Anderson drops 33 on a great shooting day. Franz had 25, 6, and 7. Payne a double-double. Carney, 13 points. Wellington, 12. Hollins, 10 assists. You don't really expect to lose games like this where you have pretty much nobody playing that poorly. But it'll happen. Then we lost again to Sacramento. And this time it was just a straight up blowout. They had a huge lead at halftime. They increased it in the third quarter. And then by the fourth quarter, it was too late for us to mount a comeback. But Franz drops 37 and 6. Keldon Johnson at 22. Anderson 4 for 16 in this one. Nowhere near as good as he was the last couple of games. Hollins had 10 points, 8 assists, and 6 steals too. And Payne did not really do much in this one. The Kings, though, had 21 and 12 for Şengün, 20 and 11 for Bay, and 18 from Malcolm McKinney, who is in the running right now for Rookie of the Year. And finally, we are coming off a really nice 20-point win against the Knicks, who lost because the first half was really all Vancouver. Rivera drops 25, 6, and 5. Nicholson had 15 points. But the Woodsmen got 38 and 5 from Franz Wagner, 23, 6, and 9 for Will Hollins, 18 points from Keldon Johnson, and 14 from Simon Anderson. Payne had 14 boards and 2 blocks in this one. So now a very brief stat update for you guys. We have one player in the entire league scoring above 30 points per game, and it's Ja Morant for Memphis, obviously. Then you have ball behind him, a couple more guys that we know of. And then we have Franz Wagner down here at 14 with 23.3 points per game. He's played every game that we have played so far this season. 6.3 boards, 4.8 assists, having a really phenomenal season. And then 2 spots below him, Anderson, up to 23.0 points per game, 16th best in the entire league. 4.8 boards per game, 3.1 assists, shooting about 47% from the field. Franz at about 48%. For rebound leaders, Jokic leads this category, then it's Ron Baker, and then it's Don Payne. For assist numbers, LaMelo leads this category with 11.5, and only John Morant and Darius Garland are in double figures for assists. Jokic at 9.9, Tyrese Halliburton 9.8, and then Hollins at number 6 with 9.8. Then for blocks per game, Miles Turner still leads this category, but down here at 5 is Don Payne. Giannis, not in the top 10. Should he be truly considered for Defensive Player of the Year? I'm not sure. He's not even top 18. He's number 19. So now it's time for us to take on the Lakers. And they still have AD. They now have John Collins. They still have Johnny Davis, who tore us apart in the first half of the last time we played against them. They've got Mitchell Robinson now off the bench. They've got Isaiah Jackson off the bench, stacking up on centers for some reason. They got Ross Skill, Ernest George, not Eugene George. But they're not very good. They're 28 and 43 on the season. They're awful. The Lakers will start Cody Nelson at point guard, Book Knight at shooting guard, Johnny Davis at small forward, John Collins at power forward, and then AD at center. So I think paint defense is going to become a really big key to winning this game. So let's game plan against this team. All right, so we'll have Don Payne guard AD. We'll have Hollins guard Cody Nelson. We'll have Keldon Johnson guard Johnny Davis. We'll have Anderson guard Book Knight. And we will have Franz Wagner guard John Collins. All right, we have game planned and now we're ready to go. So let's dive in to take on the Lakers at home in Vancouver. Back home at Rogers Arena, Don Payne wins the tip against Anthony Davis, and we start with the ball here at home. Franz trying to find Anderson down low. He does so, and he scores the first points of this game. Nelson to Book Knight. His three is good. Hollins to Franz. He's wide open. That one's off the mark, though. Now a steal for Anderson off a bad pass. Not sure what he saw there. As Anderson pulls up, missed the shot, though, just barely. Collins, the screen. Nelson gets to the rim and scores. Anderson takes the screen from Payne and draws the foul on Davis. That's his first. First free throw is good. And Anderson hits both. Book Knight blocked by Anderson. He gets back to his own miss. Lakers hang on to it. Nelson for three. High arcing. Back iron. Payne gets the board. Hollins. Tough three. Wow, what a shot. Vancouver back in front by 2. Screen from Collins coming. Book Knight takes it. Then goes back to Collins. Decent look for 3. That one's off too. Hollins comes down with it. And then he lost the ball. Book Knight stole it. On the other end against Anderson. Tough shot. Missed it. Another good defensive stop by him. Anderson. Mid-range jumper. Offline. Screen from Collins. Book Knight goes back to him. He fakes him out, then goes out to Johnny Davis for 3, which he knocks down. Screen from Payne. Anderson, really tough 3. Just missed it. Payne's there on the glass for 2. Book Knight attacks and is fouled hard by Payne. Both guys hit the deck. Payne kind of shrugged and says, whatever, I guess. First free throw. Up and good. And Book Knight goes 2 for 2. Hollins. Contested shot over Nelson. Don't love that at all. Screen from Collins. Book Knight gets by Wagner and draws the foul on him. More free throws coming up. First one is good. The second one is good too. Hollins. No way, he knocks this down. Yep. Unfortunately, I was right. That was a pretty cool move there, though, huh? Collins, the screen again. Book Knight for 3. Got it. This guy sucks in real life. Are you serious? Hollins back to Keldon Johnson. Hasn't done much to start this game. As he attacks the rim and finishes around Anthony Davis. That was a tough one. Screen from Anthony Davis. No, he waves it off. Book Knight off the screen from Collins. Gets down low. Fires over Anderson. Missed it. It's tipped back out. Collins is blocked on his second attempt. That was going to be one for Payne. So keep track of his blocks because we got to get him as many blocks per game as we can to win Depoy for him. Keldon Johnson goes back to Payne. He fires and scores, plus the foul on Davis. That's his second. He's telling Johnny Davis to relax. Payne's free throw is good. Vancouver down by 1. Half of the quarter left. Gill. First shot off the bench. Missed it. Payne grabs the board. Up to Keldon Johnson. Can we put ourselves back in front right here? Vancouver down 14-15. As Hollins lobs it. Anderson didn't even see the ball. Johnny Davis attacks the paint. Fires over 2 defenders. Payne swats it back to him. Keldon Johnson ends up with it. Already 2 blocks here in the first quarter for Don Payne. And more to come, hopefully. Franz given some space, but his 3 is offline. Johnny Davis, pick and roll. Can't finish at the rim, though. Payne, another nice stop. Hollins to Anderson. He'll take a screen. And almost got the bucket and the foul. But Robinson does pick up his first. These free throws will be our last viewing of this quarter. First one drops. And Anderson knocks down both. Vancouver in front 16-15. We'll jump ahead onto the second quarter and see where things are at there. All right. 7:17 to go here until halftime, and we are tied at 36. It was 26-26 after 1, and it's 10-10 so far here in this quarter. So, been back and forth, tight the whole way. We'll see if that'll keep up here in the second quarter. Johnny Davis to Ross Gill now. Robinson, who has to chuck a shot up, and he's not known for his jump shooting. That is not an accurate drop, by the way. You're definitely not on a 10-minute drought as we turn the ball over. Nelson ends up with it. And now a mismatch down low for Anthony Davis against the rookie Joel Carney. He'll fire, and his shot is off the mark. We'll take that stop. Keldon Johnson with the ball, trying to find somebody. It's Anderson. He steps out of bounds, trying to corral the pass. Ross Gill gets inside the paint against Wellington for a mismatch. From the elbow now, his shot's off. Screen from Payne. Wellington kind of backs off a bit, tries to reset. And then pick and roll. And he throws it right to Johnny Davis. Come on, man. Use your line of sight. He was right there. Johnny Davis to the paint to Cody Nelson, who's fouled by Hollins on the shot. That's his 3rd of the half. First free throw open good. Lakers in front. And the bonus for the rest of the first half. As Nelson goes 1 for 2. Isaiah Jackson steps in. And now a foul. They call it a charge there? Come on. AD hands off to Johnny Davis. He steps back and pulls the trigger from deep, but it hits back iron. What about if we could score, though? That would be insane. Wellington takes the screen, fires the mid-range jumper. He airballed it! AD the screen. Cody Nelson back to him. Lakers ahead by 3. Wellington takes a difficult jumper and missed it, unfortunately. We gotta get the crowd involved here because it is dead as a doornail in here right now. Ross Gill, top of the key. He knocks it down. We're down by 6 guys. Anderson with the ball. He goes to Franz. Decent look for 3, but it's off. I've not seen a whole lot from Wagner. Seen some from Anderson, but not too much. Really, nobody has, played well, as Ross Gill misses that time. Franz feeds Zubats down low against Bouknight. He'll fire, and finally we score some points. Our first bucket since we have jumped in this quarter. 7 lead changes, 2 ties. We had a big lead at 7 at some point, but that's obviously been kind of wiped away now. AD working on Zubats, takes him down low, and he goes back to Gill. Nelson has to force a shot, and he missed it. Isaiah Jackson pulls down the board, hands off to Davis. He's fouled? That looked pretty clean, man. I don't know. Oh well. Free throws for the Lakers. First one's good. And they once again have not missed at the charity stripe. Keldon Johnson has it. He takes the screen. And then turns the ball over. What is happening? We've scored 2 points since the 7:17 mark. Bouknight challenging Carney. In fact, he just gets past him. 15 points for Bouknight. 57% from the field. We have still not even past 40 points on the day. And it's almost halftime. Screen from Zubats. He takes it. It's covered well. Passes to Zubats. His jumper is off the mark, but he was fouled on it too. So free throws for Vitsa Zubats. First one good. And he does give us our 40th point of the half, so at least we're not below there. Screen from Collins. Bouknight races to the elbow and misses from that spot. Johnson takes the screen. Back to Zubats. There you go. That's a good pass. Aaron Holiday races to the rim and is fouled by Wellington. More free throws for LA. First one, good. Second one, up and good. Screen again for Keldon Johnson. He attacks the rim and scores off the glass. Nice shot. Last shot of the half will go for the Lakers. They're up by 4, trying to increase it. Bouknight fires, missed the shot, and we are down by 4 at halftime, 44-48. All right, start of the second half. We have to watch these starters, man, because that first half was not good whatsoever. Got to put together a better half here like we did against the Warriors. Anderson's first shot is off the mark, though. Johnny Davis, left wide open. Got it from deep. Keldon Johnson, off the screen. Great pass back to Payne. Bouknight, off the screen from Collins. Knocks down a 3 again. He's got 18 points now after a 15-point first half where he shot pretty well. And we're down by 8. The defense has got a couple of stops here, too. They weren't terrible in the first half by any means. It was the offense, really. But got to have those two work in tandem here. Johnson, back to Payne again. They can't stop it. Bouknight to Johnny Davis. Deeper 3, top of the key. Missed it. And now a loose ball foul on AD is third. Could be a big foul there if we get him in foul trouble later on. Hollins with it. Back to Keldon Johnson. He won't fire. Screen from Payne. And now Keldon Johnson kind of has to shoot. And he scores. Fantastic job. It's back to a 4-point game. Bouknight poked out by Hollins. And Collins just strips it from him. He just took it right back. They were jostling for it. Now a screen from AD. Johnny Davis fires in the face of Keldon Johnson. It's off. Collins. Lost it. It's jarred loose by John Collins. Come on. Already 9 turnovers in this game. We average less than 14 a game. Got to get this under control here. AD over Johnson. Bucket plus the foul. Size mismatch bound to happen at some point during this game. And the free throw is off the mark. Payne pulls down the board. Keldon Johnson for 3 now. Got it. He's had a really nice last couple of minutes. Davis the screen. Bouknight the switch. Handing off to Davis. Blocked by Don Payne. The Lakers hang on to it, and Ross Gill misses the shot. Payne gets another rebound. Having a great day for himself. Collins finds Anderson wide open at the rim. 1-point game. What? There was a Payne. Defensive 3-second violation, man. It's free points. Having a great day, but come on, man. They also keep the ball. That's a rare sight. Time counting down for the Lakers. Bouknight to Gill. He has to fire. High arcing. Too much under it. Collins steps back. Pulls the trigger. Missed the shot, though. Had plenty of space for it, too. Cody Nelson steps out of bounds, trying to work around Will Hollins. We take over down by 2. Upcoming schedule: Spurs, Cavaliers, Suns. 3 tough games in a row, and we're going to watch the game against the Cavaliers next episode, guys. Johnson to Hollins. Now we'll go back to him for 3. Looks good. It is. Vancouver has their first lead in quite some time. Holiday, that is a deep one, and he knocks it down. What a response. Hollins sees a lane. Lobs it for Payne, out of bounds. What was that? Robinson just kind of pushed it out of bounds. That was a weird play. But look at this. Hollins increasing his assist numbers every season. Payne inbounds to Hollins below the rim. He's fouled on the shot attempt by Holiday. First free throw. Up and good. Hollins goes 2 for 2. We're tied at 60. Bouknight off the screen from Jackson. Slips by Keldon Johnson in there for 2. The play for Keldon Johnson right down the pipe. He's got 2. Gill spots up. Missed the shot, though. Hollins pulls the trigger. Missed that one. Gill comes down with it. Screen for Jackson coming. Holiday takes it. Spins. Hands off to him. Mismatch against Hollins. Easy bucket, man. They've shot 42%, and yet they are beating us, and we're shooting 9% better. Nice pass to Wellington, though, from Anderson. He'll knock it down, and now we're in front. We'll watch one final play. Bouknight, tough fadeaway. Just missed it. Thank God. All right, now we can safely move ahead as we are up by only 1 with just a few minutes to go here in the third quarter. We jump ahead with 7:12 to go in regulation. We are up by 5. The Lakers have the ball, down 82-87. So they are testing us for sure. We just have to come out on top. But this is exactly why you don't think that you're just going to win against every bad team. You can't. It's not possible. Collins hits that shot. 3-point game. Wellington to Anderson. He's wide open. Please knock it down. Yes, he does. He doubles our lead. Screen from George. Johnny Davis fires and hits. 10 lead changes. 4 ties. Biggest lead was Lakers up by 8. Ours was 7. Wellington. The Anderson, now a screen from Zubac. Left open for 3. 2 in a row for him. Yes, sir. 19 points for him. 8 so far here in this quarter. Screen from Collins. Davis. Swatted by Zubac. Fantastic paint defense. On the other end, Wellington to Anderson for 3. Off the mark. Zubac is there on the glass. He's blocked from behind. Wellington gets it. That shot's off. Zubac had a hand on it, but the Lakers come down with it. What a sequence of events. And now, 2 points for the Lakers. TJ Warren. 5-point game and 5 minutes to go. Vancouver has the ball. Time counting down. Wagner backing down his man, but he can't score. Ernest George, a really nice stop on him. He's a rookie power forward. Davis takes the screen from Collins. Fires, but Wellington had a nice hand up in there, and he forced the miss. Zubac to Johnson. Behind the back to Franz. Bucket and the foul too. Look at that passing by Vancouver, man. That's what I'm talking about. Keldon Johnson, man, has been really impressive scoring-wise and passing. He's been really good offensively. And Franz Wagner caps off that three-point play. We're up by 8. The Lakers call a timeout. Nelson fires. That one's good. Nice long 2 right there. Under 4 to play. Vancouver is trying to escape their own home court with a win here against a team that, you know, they are competing. Can't lie. They're showing up to play. They've got a couple of decent players, so it makes sense. Anderson hands off to Payne. He misses that one. That was a tough one. Good defense there by Robinson. You expect that from him. Up to Johnny Davis. He gets by Hollins in for 2. The play for Anderson down the middle. They don't know how to stop it. What has John Collins done this game? I guess just get rebounds. I haven't really seen much offense really from him besides like the first couple plays of the game. As Bouknight's double team and has to force a shot. That was actually a great double team right there. With like 3 seconds left on the shot clock, forcing them to shoot while he's covered by 2 guys. Fantastic stuff. And we get points off it on the other end. Yes, sir. Screen from Collins. Bouknight pulls up, just missed it. Rolled around the rim and everything. Screen from Payne. Anderson. Hands off to him. He fires, missed it. Tough one. Had a couple guys around him. As that lob is tipped by Anderson off of the hands of Bouknight. Not really the best lob attempt from Johnny Davis, but a great defensive play by Anderson. Now Payne's wide open at the rim as Robinson tried to jump the pass, but mistimed it. Vancouver up by 10. And about 90 seconds left. Lakers running out of steam and time as well. Screen from Collins. Johnny Davis gets down low. Lost the ball. Payne gets the steal. All these defensive stats could be big for his push for Depoy. Wagner gets around Bouknight. Easy bucket. That's got to be it. 18 points for Franz. Pretty much out of nowhere. I feel like I didn't see him score in the first half pretty much at all. Bouknight skies this one. Under a minute to go. This game is over. And this one is over. Vancouver takes it by 10. 104-94. And our return home. And this win will keep us in sole possession of first place in the Western Conference for the time being. The fourth quarter is what this game came down to, and we just pretty much controlled the game in the fourth quarter. Not much of an issue. Anderson drops 21 to lead the way and scoring for us. Wagner with 18 and 6. Hollins 16 points, 6 assists. Keldon Johnson, 16 points, 6 boards, 8 assists. Really good day for him. I loved seeing what he could do. Payne also played very, very well. Wellington, not so much. Carney, not so much. The Lakers had 23 for Bouknight, 15 for Johnny Davis and Ross Gill. AD only had 6 points. Collins only had 4. So you take that, and only a couple of baskets really made the difference here, because it was a very close game the whole way. But yes, we are a half game in front of the Thunder because we have played one more game than they have. If they win, then we'll still have first place, but they'll be right on our ass, which they still are. But we will have sole first place for now, and we have 10 games left on the season, including 3 straight really tough games, 2 in a row on the road against the Spurs, and then 1 at home against Cleveland, which will be coming your way next time. They are 54-20, so that's going to be a really fun game to watch, I think. But that is all for me today, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Hit the bell too, please, if you don't mind. And I'll see you guys next time out. Thanks for watching, and peace.